Oh, we live. Okay, share. We live on Facebook.
There we are. Hello, hello, everyone. Give me a second to. Hello, everyone. As you come into the room, please share. I just need to make sure I can. I see it on my page. I'm gonna turn my volume down on my phone, and then we're gonna share. I'm so excited about this interview today. I don't see myself. Let's see where we at. I know I'm on here, but you know, Facebook. Sometimes it takes a minute. Come on in the room. There we are. We are a little early. Hello, hello, everyone. Let me share it. I do see us, but give me a second to share. Hello, hello.
Hi.
I love it. Y'all come on in the room and invite a few people, please, to join us on tonight. This is going to be an amazing interview. I'm so honored. I don't take it lightly at all. Okay, there we are. I don't take it lightly at all. There we go. Now let me share. Okay, I'm gonna share it on my page real quick. Okay, almost. I got like a couple of groups, y'all. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Shared on the alopecia support group page. Yes, here we go. Boom, there we go. Come on in the room. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Bald Life Magazine, Living a Bald Life. I am Jamie Elmore, the editor-in-chief of Bald Life Magazine. I am your alopecia confidence coach. And for my babies, I am their alopecia auntie. Yes, I have a lot of names and a lot of titles. I guess I'm somebody to everybody, you know. But ain't nothing wrong with that. But anyway, I'm so excited to be here on tonight. Anytime that I have an opportunity to have guests to share their stories, I don't take it lightly. I believe that our stories, our testimonies are not for us, they're for somebody else. And so tonight, I'm excited to have this beautiful family on our platform here at Bald Life Magazine. Our goal is to give individuals that are bald, either due to alopecia, cancer, medically induced, give them an opportunity to share their stories, to stand in their truth, and to unapologetically rock their crown. I believe that we are the only platform out there that does the work that we do. There's nothing like hearing from someone that understands what your daily struggles are. There's nothing like hearing from someone that understands the pain and the triumphs that you have that you deal with or overcome on a daily basis when it comes to hair loss. Who better to hear from than someone who's living it every single day? Now, what is alopecia? Alopecia is an autoimmune disease. It's where your immune system attacks your hair follicle and causes your hair to fall out. Now, there are 6.8 million people in the US, and there are 147 million people worldwide that have this disease. I believe those numbers are off because so many people suffer with this disease in silence. People don't know that they're dealing with it. So I think those numbers are a little off. But alopecia is not contagious. I tell people all the time, you can't catch it by standing in the same room with us, breathing the same air that we're breathing. It's not contagious. So you don't have to worry about that. It's just our bodies, our immune system cannot recognize our hair. Our hair is like a foreign invader to our bodies. And our hair just starts falling out for whatever reason. And you know what? There's another thing about alopecia that people don't realize, that it doesn't discriminate. And what do I mean by that? It doesn't matter the color of your skin. your gender, or your race. None of that matters. Alopecia just shows up. It's actually rude. I call it. I say alopecia don't have no manners. Okay, it'll bump you. It'll just invade your life. It's like a thief in the night. You know how you get robbed? You know, somebody breaks into your house or steals or takes something that's yours. That's how alopecia is. It's like a thief in the night. You don't know what's coming, but it steals. It takes a part of who you are. You know what I'm saying? It just takes traumatizing. It's all of that. So tonight, guys, tonight we are sharing the story of a family, not just one person, but a family, not just a mother, but her son and her daughter. And I'm getting emotional already because um, this is not common. It's not common because people always ask, is alopecia hereditary? Is it genetic? Yes, it is. Yes, it can be. Alopecia is just, how do you describe it? You know, you just can't you can't describe it. But I want to say hello to my family. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm the alopecia auntie, and to Mom Ruth, I'm her alopecia sister.
Yes, yes.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Hey, sis. We are good. We're honored that you asked us to become part of this momentous just journey for people to come out of the shadows and not feel alone, because
Yes.
make you feel lonely. It's
Awesome.
a lot of us out here.
Yes. I want you guys to go around and just introduce yourselves. And if you don't mind, especially for your daughter and your son, just to tell us their ages, because that's going to be very important during this interview. So just tell us your name and your age. Mom, you don't have to tell us your age if you don't want to.
It's okay. I am Ruth. I'm 38.
38. Okay.
I'm Destiny and I'm 21.
I'm Chris and I'm 18.
Okay, awesome. You guys look so good. Let me look at them t-shirts. Let me see them t-shirts.
Shirt, got the merch, you know.
It says alopecia autoimmune disorder, lost my hair, but not my cool. But kept my cool.
Kept that cool.
Yes, that is so awesome, because we were selling Alopecia Support Group. We were selling those t-shirts last year. So I want to thank you guys for supporting us and getting the t-shirt. Because that's just another way to spread awareness and to to educate people. So let's just jump right in. Let's start our conversation. So Mom, I want to start off with you. About what age were you when you noticed that your hair was falling out?
So of course I was born with hair, full head of hair. I noticed, I want to say around maybe the age of 8 or 9, I had about maybe a nickel or quarter size bald patch in the back of my head, like back left corner. And the doctors at first thought it was ringworm. It was not ringworm. I had that patch for a long time. Over the years, the patch grew bigger, so I lost all my hair in the back, but I still had hair on the top. When I guess got about 12 or 13 is when I went almost all the way totally bald. I had patch of hair right here. It was like a heart shape in the top of my head. And at some point in high school, I think I was 16, I just said, let me cut this patch off. So from about 16 years old, which is a devastating age to lose all of your hair, I've been totally bald since about then. But I do have universalis, so I lost my brows and my lashes, and I don't have any body hair.
That's deep. Let me put some context around that too.
Mm-hmm.
There are different types of alopecia. Just like you said, there's alopecia areata, and I think that's how most people start off, where you just have like the bald spots in different areas of your head. Then there's alopecia totalis, where you lose the hair just on your head, and then we have alopecia universalis, and I have that, and it sounds like you have that as well, and that's total. You lose all body hair.
All body hair.
All body. Now, do you have your nose hairs? Because I don't have any nose hairs.
I actually have a tissue because my nose runs constantly. And I tell people I'm not sick. I literally don't have anything to catch the secretions that our body makes. So I have to always dab.
Yes. See, you understand. And I tell people that all the time because I find myself, I'm just talking to somebody or whatever, and my nose starts running, start sniffing, and you wiping your nose. So I tell people this too. You don't understand how important or the purpose of something is until you don't have
So you don't have it. Absolutely. My lashes, I notice my eyes are always dry, or sometimes I always feel like it's something in my eye because I don't have any eyelashes. Normally, I will throw on a strip. I don't, I put my lashes on, but right now I don't have any on. But yes, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And
it. Yes.
our body hair is a function. It
Yes.
really is.
Definitely. So you got diagnosed at a young age,
Yes.
and you went through school, high school. What was the most challenging part of dealing with alopecia in school?
Oh, it was rough. It was rough. Number one, the wigs that I had to choose from back in the 90s were not as realistic or stylish as they are now. Now we have lace wigs, but back then they were kind of grandma looking. No offense, but they were. They were rough.
Hmm.
So it was very noticeable that I was wearing a wig.
Okay.
Um, and I've had some traumatic incidents of having wigs snatched off in class. Yes, rough. And just not being able to keep up with the fashion and the trends because I was a teenager. I mean, you want to look your best, and I went to an all-girl high school, so that was also tough trying to keep up with the latest fashions, but I made it. I made it work. I made it work.
So how did you answer the questions from your peers? I mean, did they have a lot of questions for you? Were they teasing you a lot? I mean, talk to us about what that was like.
Always. So of course, the first thing everybody thought was what I had cancer. I'm like,
Hmm.
no, I don't have cancer. I have alopecia. And a lot of people hadn't heard of it. Luckily, the doctors that I went to explained that it was alopecia. And it's just something that happens. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason for things, it just happens. So that was my explanation. It's just something that happened. It's not my choice. It's nothing that I did. It's not a perm that I got or a medicine that I took. It's just something in my body that switched and said, "Hey, you about to lose your hair," and I lost my hair. There was no explanation, which was the frustrating part in the beginning. But sometimes you just have to learn to live with things that just have no explanation. It happened. God chose us to have this for a reason. So that's what it is. What it is. Yeah, we got to work with it. You got to make it do what it do.
Girl, yes. Now, did you feel like you had lost a part of your femininity?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about what, I mean, when I say that, how does that resonate? What did that look like to you when you felt like something was missing or you wasn't a full woman?
Well, because women, they express themselves and sometimes are identified by their hair. So when you lose your hair, what do I have to identify with?
Mm, mm,
And I did not have a lot of examples. There weren't people that looked like me. Not when my hair was falling out. We had who was maybe a bald artist. Not many of them. Shanae O'Connor. That's the only one that I could think about, and she had shaved her
Grace
hair.
Jones.
Yeah,
Grace
Grace
Jones.
Jones. Yes, but in my age group, she was not looked upon as a beauty
True.
mark,
True.
which she is though. As I've gotten
Hmm.
older, I appreciate her. She is a beautiful woman, but at as a teenager, that's not what beauty was represented as. Not this. This was not beauty. This was something is wrong with you.
Mm, mm. So, wow. Okay, so you get through school, middle school, high school, and you become an adult.
Mhm.
Um, how was your dating? I mean, was that a challenge for you?
Not really, because I learned about tracks and and making weaves, and I taught that. I was self-taught with that stuff. So luckily I was able to glue and string together some hairstyles, and I pulled me a couple of boyfriends, but my one high school boyfriend, um and this is something that I still do now. I wear wigs daily.
Okay.
But if I meet someone, I will tell them, look, I don't have no hair. And Destiny's dad, he was like, well, I want to see you without your hair. And
Mm.
he was one of the first men to see me. Oh, he was a boy to see me without any hair. And he rubbed my head and he said, it's smooth. I like it. You're still beautiful. So I know.
Awesome. That's awesome. So you finally
Look, I'm dabbing too.
excuse us, y'all. We didn't already told y'all what it is, okay?
It is what it is.
Yes, so excuse us. So did you ever have when you thought about having your children, did you ever think that was it a fear of yours that your kids might get alopecia?
In the back of my mind, yes. I was not 100% sure that they would develop it or be born with it, but it was in the back of my mind. And both of my children were born with hair. So when they first were born, I was like, yes, they don't have it, thank God. But then eventually they did develop it, which was heartbreaking. But I feel like I dealt with it a lot easier because I had it, so I knew how to explain it to them.
Wow. Wow. Well, Destiny,
Mhm.
your turn. So let me ask you, how old can you remember how old you were when your mom started talking to you or you realized that you were losing your hair? Do you remember how old you were?
I was in like what, like kindergarten or like first grade, I think.
Yeah, you started.
I
All
lost
of
my
us
hair
started about
young.
the same with the small patches,
Mhm.
and I believe her first patches started when maybe she was about 4 or 5. Is when she started having patches, and by the time she was 6,
I was like,
she was totally bald.
good. I was in like first grade, I think. I remember
Hmm.
wearing wigs in like first grade.
Really?
Hmm.
Because I was completely bald.
And she was completely bald by I think the age of 6.
Wow.
Hmm.
So Destiny, I mean, when you think back, can you remember what was going on in your mind? I mean, was it something that you understood, or how did your mom talk to
Um,
you about it?
I really can't remember. I guess I was like when I first started losing my hair and like when I was completely bald, I really didn't see anything like wrong with it, I guess, because I was young. It wasn't until like I guess like when I first started like going back to school and then like noticing and I was like, okay, I noticed I look kind of funny because I have on like a wig. And like when I was younger too, the wigs wasn't they weren't all that. So I knew I looked kind of different with that, but I still really didn't pay it no mind. It wasn't until like I got older that I started to realize. Probably when got to like fourth grade, fifth grade, that's like when I really started to realize, like, oh, okay, I really am different from
Hmm.
other people who have like actual hair and stuff. So
So what did your friends, I mean, did you deal with any bullying? I mean, how did you explain to them why you were different? Did you have
um,
that conversation?
when I was in like first or second grade, I really don't remember any bullying. I do remember like I transferred schools one time and some little boys was picking on me and they was like, "Oh yeah, she got a wig," and they snatched my wig off and I was hurt, but I eventually got over it. I had one friend because I think I started going to school with no hair, so I would just wear
Hmm.
like my bald head. I remember I used to have like these little like crown headbands. They were so cute though.
Hmm.
And this girl had came up to me. She's like my best friend now, and she had said she had like the prettiest of eyes, and she was like, "Your head is so pretty, it's so smooth." And I was like, "Yeah, eyes are so pretty." And ever since then, that's like my first true friend. I
Wow.
guess that had made my alopecia, and I was like, "Okay, I feel a little bit better now. I'm still normal in a sense."
Yeah. Wow. So, okay, so now you have alopecia. You're older than your brother. So, Chris, how old were you as far as you can remember when you realized that you were losing your hair?
It was young. What was it like first? Was it first grade? Probably like about that age.
Chris was about the same with Desi.
Yeah,
He started
really young.
losing his hair. He had the patches at about
Mm.
maybe 3 years old, and he was totally bald. I actually shaved his head because his patches were so bad. he would have like a big patch here and then hair here and then a big patch here. It did not, it didn't look good. So I made the decision to shave the rest of his head when he was about 5 or 6. He was about in first grade when he was totally bald.
So, Chris, do you remember? I mean, when you finally realized that you didn't look like the other boys, how old were you? I mean, what was going on with you when you finally looked in the mirror one day? It was like, I'm bald. I don't look like everybody else. But talk
I
to
guess
us about that.
I guess it was the relentless bullying from a young age. So that was like the biggest wake up call, and I tried to solve it by like wearing a hat.
Mm-hmm. Chris
Mm.
will
You always
always
wear a hat.
wear a hat, a
And sometimes I
baseball
would even
cap.
go in the classroom without wearing it
Yeah.
because it
So
was bad.
this is where mom had to step in. I
Yeah.
was always at the school.
She was in our classrooms at the
Yes.
principal's office explaining to everybody.
I had to explain to all the teachers what alopecia was. This is what they have. Please watch out for bullying. Please allow him to wear a hat because it makes him feel comfortable. Yeah, Mama was at the school. Like, don't
Yeah,
play with my babies.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So, Chris, what was you say was one of your biggest challenges growing up with alopecia? Was it hard for you? I'm kind of asking you two questions and you can answer it. Was it hard for you to make friends? And then how did you deal with the teasing and the bullying?
Yeah, the hardest part was socially, like making friends and everything like that, because it was just people would like make fun of me, so I wouldn't even like want to associate with them. I would just say to myself. That's how like I learned how to draw and everything like that. Um, what was the next question?
So so did you ever get any friends? I mean, or did you stay kind of isolated into yourself throughout your school years?
No, I mean I made a friend group, but even within that friend group, it was like the teasing. It subsided some, but it was still there sometimes, like snatching off the hat. Like, yeah.
Did you explain to them what you had and what was going on with you, or you didn't even want to deal with that?
Well, I always explain. Like I would say, I have alopecia. They would ask what it is. I just say it was a hair loss disease, and that was about it.
Do you find that was challenging for you emotionally as a young man
Oh yeah,
dealing with it?
yeah, definitely.
Oh
So
yeah.
what coping mechanisms did you use to deal with I'm gonna say the pain and the disappointment of living with alopecia? What did you do to help yourself cope?
I'd stay to myself and didn't talk to people. I became an introvert early.
Yeah, he's
Mm.
very introverted, but Chris is amazing. He Whatever he does, he's good at. He's a very avid chess player, video game player, computer editor. So
Wow.
he kind of has made his shell, and inside his shell, he has blossomed. And he's starting to step out of his shell now because I think he realizes you don't need hair. And
Mm.
now he's into the gym and he's working out and yeah,
Okay.
He's coming into his own.
And you draw too, right? You say you draw? So
Yeah,
you're an artist?
yeah. So somewhat, I just draw for fun.
Wow. So Chris, what would you say to a young person that has recently got diagnosed? What words of encouragement would you give to them to help them cope through school?
I would just say to stay to themselves, and to like not let it form their outlook on society as a whole. Because I mean, like for me personally, it was that like I just thought that society was just cruel. It taught me that like I thought people were like just out to get me.
Hmm.
I would just say that like don't let that jade their mind to think that.
Wow, that's good. Destiny, what words of encouragement would you give to a young lady who just got recently diagnosed?
I guess I would say that your hair doesn't make who you are. Because like Chris said, when I first lost my hair, at first I felt like I guess like I lost the side of my personality. So I was like, I don't know if like what people are gonna think of me. And like a lot of people like I wouldn't tell because I was always scared that like once you find out that I'm bald, that you're gonna treat me different. But just know that your hair is not you. It's literally like your heart that's you. So just own it.
Can't help.
Mm. Wow. That's amazing. So I'm gonna put you guys on the spot real quick. It
Uh-oh.
sounds like it sounds like you guys were your own support system, you know,
Yes.
which is very important. And I know you guys probably have had dark days and just all of that. Now, have you guys ever heard of this saying? And you probably have. When you go to a funeral, give people their flowers while they can smell them, while
Yeah.
they're alive. So say what you're gonna say, be good to people, while you have the opportunity. Don't wait till somebody dead and in a casket and you crying over the, doing all that. So what I want to do is I want to ask mom first. I know your kids have probably been a rock for you and helped you be even a stronger mother on your alopecia journey. What would you say to them if you were to give them their flowers individually? What would you say to them right now if this was your time to give them their flowers? You can start with everyone you want, but I think it's important because I know we don't do this enough. But please give Destiny, if you could give Destiny her flowers on her journey, of alopecia. I know. Sorry, Mom.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I try to give them their flowers every day. She is the sweetest and most beautiful young lady ever. I love her. Her heart is a heart of gold. And I tell her that she is beautiful every day. And know that and own that. And she shows it. She's so smart and so beautiful and so sweet. And I just want her to feel special. And I try to make her feel special every day. I hug her. She's actually home from school right now. She's she attends North Carolina A&T. So and of course with COVID, she's home. So I am just loving on her as much as I can while I have her.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this one, I tell him he's my heartbeat. Literally, she's my angel, and he's my heartbeat. And
Yes.
he has gone into his shell, but I break into that shell every day, and I know I get on his nerves. But I have always tried to tell him, "You are handsome, you are strong, and your hair does not make you. It is just a part of you. This is something that happened to us, not by choice, by force.
Mhm.
God put this on us because he knew that we could deal with it.
Mhm.
And like you said, our story is not for us, it's for other people. So you are a symbol of strength and nobility and carry your head high and
Yes.
don't don't let this break you.
Mm. Thank you, Mom.
I try to give them their flowers every day.
Yes.
Yeah, my
That is
baby.
yes. Destiny,
Mhm.
I want you to give your mama her flowers and your brother because I know you're the oldest and I know that you're probably protective over your brother. So what would you say to give your mom her flowers to her?
It's my role model. This is my first best friend. Like she
Yes.
said, I can go to her whenever stuff was wrong, or even when I wouldn't go to like stuff with her that was wrong because I was scared to tell her stuff. She always just knew, like, what's wrong? You can talk to me. So she's been my true best friend ever, and I'm always love her. It's like my first role model.
Yes, my baby.
Yes.
And this one right here,
Yes.
this boy right here.
Yes. I can tell you guys are close.
I know.
Yes,
I love my
they
little
are.
brother. He gets on my nerves, and I get on his nerves. But that's what we supposed to do. It's my peanut clan.
I love it. I love it. So, Chris,
Oh man.
it is your turn to give your mama and your sister their flowers, what would you say to them?
Well, I'm not the, super emotional, but
That's okay.
this is my mom knows I love her very much,
Yes.
and
Mm.
she tries to help me a lot, and I appreciate it, even though sometimes I don't. But and you, this is my sister. I'm always trying my best to protect her, so that's why I want to always do big
Yes.
to protect her from this cruel world.
Oh, Chris.
This is like the most emotion we probably ever gonna get out of Chris.
Yes.
But like,
And that's okay. I'm not trying to get no,
Cry, baby.
and that's okay. It's not, I'm not trying to get emotion, but I life is so short. And anytime you have an opportunity to let your loved ones know how much you appreciate them, I think we have to take that opportunity. We can't wait to, something happens. So this was just an opportunity for you guys to give each other
Yes.
your flowers. And that's all. So that was, you guys truly are amazing. And I want to ask you, Mom, what would you say to a parent? What words of advice would you give to a parent that could help them navigate the school system, navigate as being a mom that has children with alopecia? What would you say to them?
It's tough, but I would tell the parent to definitely advocate for your child. Don't stand for bullying is going to happen. Unfortunately, it is just a part of our society now, and especially with something like this. So just try to get ahead of it, because honestly, when I lost my hair, I kind of had to deal with it. So I knew how cruel kids could be. So, and I did not want my children to go what I went through. So I made sure that I tried to print out as much information, try to gather everything that I could to take to the school and let the teachers know and talk to the students. Because it's not just about going to the principal and letting the teachers, you have to get down to nitty gritty and get into the classroom like, hey, this is what this is. This is what he looks like. Yes, he looks different. He looks different, but he's not different. You can lose your hair just like we can lose ours.
Okay.
But nothing is different about him. He's the same. He just does not have hair. But definitely advocate for your children. Love on your children because they will really need it. And try to build their confidence in them early because they will need it.
Yes. Wow. That's such good advice. And I don't think I asked you this question. In the early years on all of you guys' journey, did the doctors give you guys any type of medication? Or because I know for me, I have to go through the steroid injections in my scalp. Did you guys go through that at all?
we didn't get the shots,
No.
but
You
we
want
tried we didn't want the shots. I don't like needles. I'm not a big fan of them. But we had what was some type of cream. I don't remember the name of this cream.
We had lots of creams. Now, when I was first diagnosed, I went through a lot. They took a biopsy of my scalp. I went through the injections, which was very painful. I've had every type of cream, spray, Rogaine, all of that. Nothing worked. So I did try it, and I just kept researching on my own, and later realized there's really no special medicine out here that can. I mean, there are medicines that would literally shut down our immune systems and make us sick, and our hair will grow. So it was either you get sick and have hair, or you're healthy and you don't have hair.
Okay.
I just chose, hey, it is what it is.
That cream burned.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
had lots of
gosh,
creams and sprays.
This one cream we had, it burned so badly. I remember me and Chris, we hated that cream. It was just like,
So you have to put it on your whole head
we would put it everywhere.
Yes.
Essentially, yeah.
and it burned?
Yeah, so and she had sensitive skin, so I just say, you know what, it's not even worth it. Because I not to say that I gave up, but I just knew that there was no special remedy to grow our hair back. There's no homemade rub some garlic or onion on your head. It's not gonna work.
I know about that garlic and onion. I had somebody telling me to do that.
Is that the special thing to do? The garlic and the onion? I'm like, it's not gonna work.
I'm like, no, but smell bad. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Smell bad. Wow. It's so when you think about alopecia and you're looking from the outside in, I think people are in awe. They don't understand, but when you're walking this journey daily, you're in awe too. You know what I'm saying? We're in awe too. It's almost like, what is this? Because I don't know if you guys have ever had this thought, and actually I have had the thought, and I've had people have this conversation. Would I ever want my hair to come back?
Mhm.
How would I respond if my hair was to come back? And when I think about it, I just don't know. I mean, I'm a hairstylist. I'm sure I could style it, but I have lived so long without hair. I'm like, this is who I am. Because I
Mhm.
have so many options. If I want some hair, I could throw some on. We can rock a hat. We can do the head wraps. I mean, we have so many options.
I've never thought about that. I'm more interested to hear from Chris. Would you want your hair back if you could?
I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like because like I've never seen myself with like a haircut. You know? I don't know.
I would want
Destiny,
I
would
don't
you
know.
want your hair back?
Maybe like younger me, like middle school, high school me. Yes. Now, no. I don't got to wash nothing. I don't got no shampoo. I just get in the shower and that's it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I love
Do you
it.
I throw
do
on
you
a little-
remember that feeling that you had when you got in the shower? I remember the first time when I got in the shower, and because we were used to taking a shower and you're blocking the water from getting on your hair because you want to mess up your hairstyle or get into your face. But I remember the first time I got in the shower and the water just ran all over my head. Something happened to me on the inside. It was almost like a washing. You know what I'm saying? It was I felt a cleansing, if I can say. How did you guys feel? Or how do you feel when you're able to get in the shower and the water just runs down your face?
It feels
Free?
so- I stopped gluing on my wigs and taping them on just so I can just take it off every night and just to feel the water on my hair. I love it. I love
It
it.
feels good. I do it every day. Just let it run.
Yeah, I'm about to say every day.
I hope you do it every day.
Chris said it feels good. Wow.
But
Wow.
right, like the first time after I lost all of my hair, yes, it's a different feeling. It's like it's unexplainable. It's like this feels
So good.
so good.
Yes.
It it is.
Feel free.
Yes.
You feel free. Wow. 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 That is something. And you say you guys still wear wigs, so that's good that you still have that option. I haven't worn a wig since 2009.
Wow.
Ooh,
Really?
When I took it off, and I don't even think I can, probably because it's been so long. You know,
That's like what in Black Panther when the lady when she's like, look at this.
Oh yeah, she
And
snatched it off.
that was so good.
Yes.
Speaking of Black Panther, how did you guys feel when you seen that movie? Because that was my first time ever
Oh,
seeing
it was
so
so-
many.
It
Talk to me about
felt
what
like
did that do for you
was like
when
a
you seen it?
superhero.
that was like a revolution.
Yes, it was like a superhero for like
It was
people
like,
with alopecia
yes,
or bald heads.
I went to the movie theaters ball. I went and got some henna on my head. Like, yes. Wakanda forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's the first time that we have seen so many bald people on a movie screen.
Yes. And it
The
was
very first time.
beautiful. Yes, it
It
was
was
so
so beautiful.
It made me feel like I could just beat my chest,
Mhm. Made you feel
Just-
strong.
Like
yes.
I want to go everywhere, but just have my head out, just cause.
Yes, exactly. I remember walking out of the movie theater. I went live, and I was talking to everybody. I was like, "I just love Black Panther," and I was just so. I just felt empowered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Felt empowered. I think I was the only one in the whole movie screen, in the whole movie theater, bald.
Really?
But I felt, that night. I just felt like, hey,
Yeah.
here I am,
That was
and
our movie. Yes.
yes,
I'm like, I was bald before Black Panther, okay?
okay, yeah, I am the Black Panther. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that is awesome. So I wanted to bring something up to you guys, and we talked about a little bit before we came on today. We talked about the magazine. How do you guys think having a magazine, having something that's for us. Let me show everybody, just in case you guys have, and everybody who's watching, if you have not if you have not purchased the Bald Life magazine, please go to our website, purchase volume 1, and on December 1st, we will have volume 2.
Yes.
So can you guys explain or give me some feedback on how do you think having a magazine like this for us, how it will impact
Well, number
someone
one,
with
that's
alopecia?
us right there.
Mhm.
That's us. We don't have that. We don't have a magazine that shows our story like this. So it's awesome. It's amazing. Everybody go get it. Please.
Yes.
Yes,
The Bald Life magazine.
yes. Because I mean, when it came to me,
Mm.
Chris, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, I think it's important because society depicts beauty as a certain set of way. So it's definitely important to have your own different take on it.
Destiny, what do you think?
Oof. I mean, like you said, to see people who actually like look like me with no hair and just be, yes, it's amazing. Cause no one seeing everybody else with like long hair and stuff, like you want to see stuff that like you can relate to. So to actually have a magazine where like basically everybody in there is bald, it's
Everybody.
amazing.
Yes.
Like,
And what's so powerful about this, Destiny, is that it's men, women, and children, Black, white, every ethnic group. We got people from Russia,
wow.
from Spain, from Ghana. I mean, literally from all over the world. We are represented in both of these magazines. And so,
That's so
I
awesome.
can't wait to
yeah,
get
the,
coffee.
yes, this is you can go on the website, and this one is ready right now. It's up there. This one comes out December 1st, but you're going to want a copy of both because we have writers in here. We have most of our writers either are bald, they either have alopecia, or they have somebody that is in their family
Okay.
that is dealing with magazine. I'm looking at some of the comments of people. Yes, they're saying go to the magazine. So please go out and support us, you guys.
Oh,
That's the only
absolutely.
way we're going to keep doing what we're doing. We have to have support. If people don't purchase, I'm not going to waste my time with, putting out a magazine. So this is just our second copy volume, and it's getting better and better. And so give you guys a little sneak.
Ooh. Oh yes,
That's like a dream just to be glammed up.
Yes,
And
yes.
be in a magazine. That's
It
like
is simply amazing. It's simply amazing. And the articles are awesome because the articles are dealing with things that we deal with. Not just being bald, but finances, how to do your eyebrows. I mean, just all types of things that everybody needs. You don't have to be bald to relate to the articles that are in the magazine. So I'm just excited and honored that you guys said yes to be here on tonight. I thank you for sharing your story. I want to thank everybody who showed up to support us by sharing the video. That's a hint. Share away. Share. Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to download this video like all the rest of ours, and you guys can go to YouTube, to the YouTube channel, Bald Life TV. We have our own YouTube channel. Please subscribe. We have so many videos up there. And like I said, there's not another platform out there that's doing the work that we're doing. There's a lot of bald groups, alopecia groups, but nobody is doing what we're doing, giving people a voice.
Yes.
A voice to share their journey dealing with hair loss.
It is a journey.
Yes.
Every day, because sometimes I still deal with depression and things like that. People think just because I've been dealing with it for so long, but I have my good days and I have my bad days. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, that God didn't make no mistake.
Yeah.
I still got a purpose, and I know what my purpose is. And that's what it is. So I want to thank Destiny, Chris. I'm giving you a new name. That's one of my other alopecia sons, nephews. His name is Christopher. So I got a little
Oh, that's okay. He's Christopher. He
Yeah,
just
he's
goes by
Christopher.
Chris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Christopher, and I want to thank you, Ruth, for saying yes and for just being here on tonight. Do you guys have any last minute comments that you want to share?
Oh, just thank you for having us. We've
Yeah.
been waiting on this day to share our story. We always like we should get like a TV show or
We're
something.
like,
or
we
just
need to
do
write a
something,
book. We
'cause
need to do something.
we
So
always thought we was alone in being like a whole family that actually has alopecia. Like they say, nobody has ever seen a family with it. So we were just like, I wonder if it's just us.
No. There, if you guys go to our page, the Facebook page, we have some other families that shared their stories as well. So you guys, I encourage you guys, think about something that you can do, because somebody needs to hear your collective story, as like you said, Destiny, as a family, seeing that there's a family out there that that's living with it every single day. So I'm sure you guys can be creative, and I can help you if you need some help figuring out a way to get you guys on. And you know what? You know what would be so nice? I just thought about it. Maybe I can get all the families, as many families as I can, on one Zoom call, and we could do a collective interview. Wouldn't that be dope?
yeah,
Really
that
nice.
that would be amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that. I'm gonna get all the families, and we all can get on here and do one big old Zoom call
Like,
interview.
hey,
That would be okay.
fam.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Definitely
Yeah.
gonna do it. Definitely gonna do it. So again, thank you guys for joining us. And
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
you're so welcome. I'll see you guys in Facebook land. And
Yeah.
we'll be talking, because I'll schedule that, and I'll reach out to you, Ruth, and
Okay.
let you know. And we all will just be on here. That'll be amazing, because that's never been done either.
Oh, see, we making
Yeah, now
history.
look at history, yeah.
Making history on top of history. The first magazine, the first. I mean, whew, God is good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
He will take your pain and turn it into your purpose,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
And that's what He's done for me, and that's what He's gonna do for y'all as well.
Yes.
Definitely. So you guys have a good night. And
Thank you.
thank you for
Thank-
joining me. You're so welcome. So I'm gonna say goodbye.
All right. Good night. Thank you
Bye.
again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
Bye.
What's